All right, so last week we started with telling your partner, the person you're in a relationship with, about your past. Our counselor was saying, tell it all, say everything. We got different views. Some of you also phoned in. But today we want to move on from that. After you have received that information that is obviously not good news, how do you recover from it? How do you move on? How do you not see the person in his past? And so Mama Jane Mensah has joined us again. She's our counselor, and she's a counselor as well, not just our counselor, but we're grateful to have you, Mama Jane, again today. I hope you're well.
Yes, I'm very fine,
you look
thank you.
Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so last week we talked about how you should say it all in a relationship, how you should tell your partner about what you used to do in the past. Yeah. If you've been, I remember saying, if you've been an armed robber before, should you say it?
Yes.
And then you said yes. And say it early enough in the relationship.
Yes.
Okay. So now that you have told me that this is what you used to be or you used to do, how do I not think that you're still doing it?
I think it depends. It's the onus lies on me. I have given you that information, so I must prove to you that I've really changed. It's not about you trusting me, but it's about me proving myself trustworthy. I hear a lot of people, I've stopped this, don't you believe me? No, you must prove yourself trustworthy. I've given the information to you. I must try to prove beyond every reasonable doubt that I've told you my past. You know I have these issues, but I have moved on. My lifestyle, my speech, my behavioral pattern, everything should be able to clear your mind that, look, this person is really a changed person.
How do I live comfortably if I'm always trying to prove myself? Because, you know, then it means I'm trying to impress you. But that will not be me being real.
Yeah, if you're always trying to impress, then it means you're really not real. It means that you haven't changed. You're pretending to be what you are not. But if you're really a changed person, it should come naturally. You shouldn't struggle to impress. You shouldn't find it a burden to try to please anybody. You're just yourself. You're just leading a life that is worthy to be recommended, and it should be something that should flow very naturally. If you're genuine.
I'm just thinking, if you were once a prostitute, you've moved on from that chapter. You were sleeping with men to pay your school fees, for instance, and you've confessed that to your partner, but your work either takes you out of town, or you have to stay in the office late, and or you have a lot of male friends, and so that person is still not sure if you are still doing it or not. How do you react to that? Because then you know what it means, because I know what you've done before. Every little thing could generate into some sort of quarrel, or we're always talking at each other.
A lot of work has to be done on your side, knowing that you've given out this kind of information. There's this popular statement I used to make, and I said, you can be friendly but not flirtatious.
You can be friendly but not flirtatious.
You can be friendly, very friendly, but not flirtatious. You can have male friends, you can have work colleagues, but if there's that flirtatious behavior or attitude around you, obviously your partner is going to complain. There also needs to be absolute transparency on your phones, your messages, your WhatsApps. You know, you must make the person feel very comfortable. Leave your phones. If you're transparent, leave your phone. He should be able to pick up your phone and go through your messages at any time. And you shouldn't be upset because he's still trying to reassure himself that this lady has really changed.
But you know the other thing, you may not have control over what people may decide to send you. So if you're going through my phone, it doesn't mean that I'm encouraging somebody, but anybody could send me anything that you may not be comfortable with.
Yes, well, communication is two-sided, isn't it? So when somebody sends a message, we always look for the response. sometimes you can go back to previous messages and try to find out what led to this message being sent in this manner. If you can see from your partner's side that he or she is not really going along with it, I don't think you should worry about that. Then again, what encourages people, or what would encourage someone to send you a message like that? We all have mobile phones. We all deal with a lot of people. But I think there should be certain lines drawn by which you don't keep certain relationships that can generate into this kind of flirtatious behavior.
Now that you've confessed, it means your partner knows the people you were either sleeping with or you were doing the bad things with. Should you still be friends with those people and let your partner be aware?
No, I wouldn't encourage that. Even if he doesn't know, I don't think once you've confessed that you've gone into that behavior before, there's a need to go into such details either.
Mama Jane,
I slept with Kojo, I slept with Yao.
There's some people who would want to know. There's some people who would want to know.
If he wants to know, it doesn't really help too much.
But Mama Jane,
but
some
if
people
you
will
want
say
to
that
know,
if you knew, you would not tell me, or then why did you start?
Okay, so he's ready
if you
to
say,
know.
I had 5 boyfriends before you, they would want to know who and who, because it's a small world.
Okay.
One could be my friend, or
yes,
that kind of
that's
thing.
true.
And I don't want to be walking around and they are laughing behind my back.
That is true.
So
that is true. Okay, fine. Some would want to know, some wouldn't. But if you get the type who really wants to know and you've shared that information, I would say if there's nothing between you and these guys again, cut yourself off. What is more important to you? Your relationship with your partner or your relationship with these other people? There may be nothing going on, but just the thought at the back of his mind that you've had something to do with this and that person before. I feel there should be a decent break. There's no antagonism. We're not quarreling, but hello, you meet the person, hello, how is it? But that should be it. Don't get into friendly conversations. There shouldn't be times where the person calls you odd hours, you're meeting up, oh, can you borrow me some money? Can you do this favor for me? I don't think so.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Because I'm saying we're moving on, you know, how do you move on after that confession? If you've been in that situation and you've successfully been able to deal with it, or maybe you haven't quite been able to deal with that, please give us a call and let's all share. 0302-211-6910, 0302-211-6910. It's our Relationship Friday. We started a great conversation about telling it all, confessing, telling your partner about your past. Whether it's how many girlfriends you've had, how many boyfriends you've had, to what sort of work you were doing. Maybe you were trafficking drugs in the past, or you were robbing people. Tell it all. That's what we agreed. Tell it all. But the big question again is, how much should you tell? Would you be able to control what you've told him or what you would tell him? So we want to share in your experiences as well. So 0302-211-6910. Okay. So what if you were robbing?
Okay.
Even to the point when the person the person was dating you, and you no longer do it for that reason, you don't have that money that you used to spend on her, and she's complaining, what do you do?
I think you still have to tell her the truth. Look, that money you saw me around with was not genuine money. I'm now a changed person. I don't want to live that life. Let's take time and build our life and finances together. It's a gradual process. Because these are not, that kind of life is not a trivial issue. Those are not trivial issues. These are moral and criminal issues. So those ones should be taken very seriously.
Okay. Let's speak to Henry now. Henry, good morning. Thank you for calling.
Good morning, Mama. How are you this morning?
I am great. God's been good. Thank you, Henry, for asking. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much. Mother, you know what? The issue is the moving on depends in 4 different ways. Now, if you tell your boyfriend or your girlfriend who you really are last year, issue is try to know whether the person can forgive you before you release out the information.
Can I ask you a quick question? How do you try to know if the person can forgive you or not?
Oh, okay, that's the issue. You see, sometimes we go into certain things without really knowing the person. Knowing the person, we have 4 different kinds of temperament. And this temperament has their weakness. Others can forgive, others cannot forgive, others can tolerate, others cannot tolerate. So the person you are going into that relationship with, you must try as much as possible to know certain basic weakness of if the person is choleric, 1, if it's sanguine, 2, if it is melancholic or phlegmatic. They have those weaknesses you must know. If you are choleric like me, and I will forgive you, and later on remember it 2-3 years back, then you have to be careful of the kind of information you give it to me.
Okay. All right.
That is the issue right now. Thank you very much.
All right. Great advice, Henry. Let me speak to someone and I'll come to you. Hello, Samuel. Good morning, Samuel.
Hello, good morning, Mawadi.
Yes, Samuel. Thank you for calling. Let's hear you.
I don't really think that you should give the full details of your past, because what we need to understand is that the past really hurts. I was in a relationship with this lady, and she told me about her ex-boyfriends. I think there were about 4 of them. And I got to realize that 2 of them were my friends, whom we actually were in school with and other stuff. And you see the stigma associated with it. You go out with these friends, and then they are laughing at you. We have slept with this lady before. We've all slept with her before. It's like it's a leftover thing and stuff. So I don't think you should really give the full details of whatever you did in the past. If the person has changed, fine. You should love the person for who the person is. I don't buy the idea that we should be asking questions too much, because if you want to know so much of the person's past, you'll be so hurt that in a relationship you can't really concentrate.
So, Samuel, let me ask you a quick one, Samuel. Don't go yet. What would have been your preference, not knowing that she had dated 4 persons, 3 your friends, or knowing? Which one would you have been cool with?
I would have been cool with not knowing.
Not knowing? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
all right.
if I didn't know, I would be able to concentrate.
And then you'll not even pay attention to them laughing.
Yes, I wouldn't pay attention to anybody laughing. Yes.
Exactly. All right, Samuel. Thank you very much. See, Mama Jane, don't say it all. Don't say it at all sometimes.
That's where it goes like, ask no questions and you get no answers.
Exactly.
So if some like to pry too much. Some like to pry. If you're the type who likes to pry, you want to know more and more. Obviously, you must be ready to deal with the shocks and the hits. But if you love the person, you've been given a general outlook, like I did ABC, and you leave it like that. Especially when you have not yet married the person. They're 2 different things. If you haven't married the person yet, that was a person's past, and I believe you also have a past. So you're ready to both forget about the past, what it entails, and move on. But it is when it is in a committed relationship, a marital relationship, that a behavioral pattern shows up. That one I think your partner needs to know. Okay,
let me speak to God Knows now. Good morning, God Knows. Maybe you know a lot that we don't know. Thank you for calling.
Oh, not really. Just a contribution.
Definitely. Let's hear you.
What I want to put is that some of us will be willing to know. It depends on the kind of relationship you are in. For example, I would like to know, so that when I see the past mistake that the person has committed, I will be able to know how to sharpen my life. For example, when my partner has involved in multiple relationships, some of them, what they do is that when you're moving along with your partner, they'll be looking at you and be talking behind you. But when you know, you'll be able to know how to associate yourself with them. Okay. That is what I want to say.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, God Knows. I'll speak to Kofi, is it? All right, Kofi from Konongo. Thank you very much for calling. Let's hear you, Kofi.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hi.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very happy with your program, and I'm also glad that you are asking the tough questions. The questions you are asking are really tough. Thank you. But I think that it is better not to know. the past people that you've had, you have relationship with. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I want to.
So you would not want to know at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
all right. I get your point, Kofi.
Right.
So you see, Mama Jane, there are some people who would not want to know. How do you treat such people?
I think since we're all very different, the one who would not want to know is usually the type of person who has a temperament who can't forgive.
Okay.
Can't let go. We have those who can hear an issue, they can, okay, I accept you the way you are, they're ready to move on with it. You realize that those people are bold enough, they want to know.
Okay.
This one doesn't want to be hurt, doesn't want to spoil his relationship with you, he still likes you. Okay, I don't want to know. I think you leave it like that.
Oh, okay. So if you don't want to know, then you don't want to know.
Yes.
Amazing. Okay. So how about what Henry said earlier, that study the person to know their temperament before you tell it or not tell it?
Well, it's a good one, but how many people know about this temperaments? This thing about cholerics, we're talking about.
Maybe you may not know the professional names or definitions, but you just know that this person reacts badly to things or gets hurt deeply.
So that is why we have courtship. That is why we're supposed to take our time to know a person before we quickly commit ourselves into getting married. Because we have a lot of people within 3 months. How long have you known this guy? Oh, 3 months. How well do you know him? Very well. They tell you very well. They get into quickly they hurry you to do your counseling. Sometimes they are not even interested in the counseling sessions. They are giving you a good reason why they should get married within 2 months. And then they are on. Then the problems start coming up. But it's a lifetime commitment. Let's take our time to study each other. Find out about the person's temperament and nature. Some don't want to be teased. Some cannot hold issues. When you get to study that person, it means that you must know that you are now going to walk in wisdom with that person. I could tell Mike something I may not be able to tell John because he's totally different.
Exactly.
So I think it's getting to know your partner. It's an individual and a personal thing.
Mama Jane, we're always grateful. Thank you so much for your time again today. Thank you for the wisdom that you've shared with us on the show. And I will come back with Kwabena Chenjeng Hene Boateng to wrap up the show for this Friday.